Good afternoon. I will call today's meeting of the Ways and Means Committee to order. It's Wednesday, April 30th. We do have a quorum present. Representative Agbaje, have you had a chance to review the minutes of the last meeting?
So moved, Mr. Chair.
Representative Agbaje moves the minutes. All those in favor of their approval signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed by the same sign. The minutes are approved. Thank you. So we have a couple bills before us today. The first one being the Environment Bill. We will take up the Senate file and then substitute the language. So I move Senate File 2077 to come before this committee. And I invite the authors of the environment. Well, I guess we've already heard this. We don't need to bring you back, so thank you. So the chair moves that Senate File 27 be recommended for placement on the General Register. Then the chair will move that to delete everything after the enacting clause of Senate File 2077 and insert the language from House File 2439. All those in favor of that signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by the same sign. The language is substituted. I now renew my motion to move Senate File 27 as amended, 2077 as amended to the General Register with the instruction for nonpartisan staff to make any technical changes necessary to reflect the will of the committee. All those in favor of that motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed by the same sign. The motion prevails. And Senate File 2077, as amended, is recommended for placement on the General Register. Thank you, members. Next item on the agenda is House File 841. We will be hearing 841 and taking any questions there might be regarding the bill and then laying it over. The author of the bill is with us, Representative Meyers. Welcome to Ways and Means Committee. If you could tell us a little bit about your bill and your thoughts on the bill, and then we will go to member questions. Representative Meyers.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and thank you all the chairs for allowing us here to present. Food insecurity impacts all of our districts from greater Minnesota to the metro, as well as to the suburbs where I live. And so this was a bill we brought forward bipartisan support to help fund and address some of those food insecurities. I have Representative Keeler here as well.
Representative Katiza-Tone. No. I'm sorry. Representative Keeler, sorry about that. Representative Keeler, would you like to comment on the bill?
Thank you, Chair and members. I just want to make sure that we highlight some of the data around food shelves in Minnesota. Statute in Minnesota requires us that when an individual goes to a food shelf that they receive 6 pounds or 2 days worth of food. That's a commitment that we've made. Food shelves are in all 87 counties, and last year alone we served over 9 million Minnesotans with food insecurities. And so this is money and ways that we actually get funding right out to our communities. It's great partnerships and work. I've said many times, I'm sure we all have a food plan for today. If you've not eaten, you probably have a plan to eat. And when you're hungry, you're hangry. And when you're hangry, you're not your best Minnesotan self. And so just appreciate any conversation of investment in food. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Representative Keeler. Any questions for the author or the testifier this afternoon? Representative Katiza-Tone. I was just, I was ahead of myself.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to express my gratitude to Representative Meyers and Representative Keeler for continuing to keep food and making sure, keeping food at the forefront and making sure that people all across the state of Minnesota have what they need when it comes to living healthy lives and ensuring that we have what we need. So conversations continue. I mean, we've got some food money in our existing children and families budget that we talked about a little bit in this committee last week, and look forward to ongoing discussion on this and making sure that we can come to a final agreement that works for everybody across the state.
I got nothing.
Representative Cagle.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I was just looking at the House research piece and looking at the Emergency Food Assistance Program. Has this been affected by federal funds at all, federal fund cuts at all?
Representative Meyer.
Specifically, I'm not aware on a federal level if there's been an impact. My focus has always been here, what we can do at a state level in our local communities.
Follow-up, Representative?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Well, I just do want to point out that it's a federal program that distributes Department of Ag food commodities to states. So I think we just have to keep that in mind when we're looking at these programs, that there's probably going to be lots of places that we're going to have to backfill soon.
Thank you. Any other questions regarding this bill? I'll just remind members that you may remember that funding for food shelves was part of the budget agreement. It was a special item, but this bill is likely to get rolled in with children and families because there is some food work going on there too, although that remains undetermined at this time. With that, this bill is laid over. Chair Stevenson, do you have any information for us this morning regarding our next potential meeting?
Mr. Chair,
Afternoon.
you and I are working well to try and advocate for the House position as we discuss things with the other body. And until there are further developments, I don't know that we have a meeting currently on the books. So the next meeting will be at the call of the chair.
Thank you, Chair Stevenson. With that, today's meeting is adjourned.